Let's come into Parsvakonasana, extended side angle pose. So if we're in a standing position, once again we come into that exaggerated stance. If we're stepping forwards from downward facing dog in more of a flow-based class, notice where we are. Down dog, runner's lunge, extended side angle pose. This is where we're heading towards. Let's start from the standing position just because it's going to help me teach. We're going to use our right foot as our lead. Turn the toes of the right foot facing completely forwards. And then to help assist our balance, toes of the left foot turn in just past 90. So we're coming towards that 45-degree angle. Again, that's taught differently by different teachers. Some choosing to keep the toes square, and it's absolutely fine. As I turn my toes here, it just assists my pelvis and helps it rotate forwards, and I just prefer that version. From here, we bend the right knee, and then is classically taught, see if you can first of all come for a really strong version of it. Have your right arm suspended to the inside of the right shin, left hand reaching skywards. Now from here, if we first of all start the alignment from the feet, tendency would be for the arches to collapse. Try to press into the outer rims of the feet, raise the arches by gripping the toes against the mat. Next thing we often see is that the right knee wanders inside of the big toe, similar to what we discussed in other postures. We want to keep the knee outside of the big toe, tracing towards the second and third toe. This will help strengthen the buttock, create more stability into the hip. Come to the left leg. Not just locked out, engaged. Left thigh is strong. Then, with our hands suspended in the air, so not coming all the way to the ground, not using a brick for now, but keeping it suspended in the air, means that we're actually going to require more musculature. So visually, I'm not as deep, requires less flexibility, but it requires more strength. When we bring a brick in, which isn't wrong and it's an option we're going to take shortly, or we use the elbow to rest on the thigh, or if our flexibility allows, we lower the right hand all the way to the ground in the posture so we are here, then we actually have the assistance of the props. So there's, yes, potential more requirement for flexibility, less requirement for strength. And that's a distinction that you can make in your own practice. Are you looking to develop more strength or are you looking to develop more stretch? In the version that we're going to start with, let's come to here. Next thing we'll come to, because we're not leaning on the hand, means you're going to strengthen and recruit this side body much more. Final part, very similar to triangle pose, this is a rotated posture, a twisting posture. And the rotation, remember, comes from the waist and it's displayed by the heart. So we are not trying to square the hips up. Like hopefully you've seen in some of our previous videos, when we try to square the hips up, often to the front of the mat or the side of the mat, to do that, it changes our anatomy. And the thigh bone, the femur, pulls the knee inward inside the big toe, isn't particularly good for it. So once you're in position, notice that my hips aren't square. My left hip is following the line of my left knee and my toes, and that's right. But my twist comes from the waist and is shown by the heart. So navel stays still, hips stay still, and then look at the heart. The heart twists without the need to try to roll that hip back. So the hip stays rolled forwards, heart twists. Left hand up, shoulder blades together, and shoulders relax away from your ears.